If you hear these words, know this. It is not merely a coincidence. It is a response, a resonance of your soul that has long awaited this call. Before we step beyond the veil of mystery into the holy of holies of truth, you must make a choice. Your like is not simply an expression of fondness. It is your clear intention, a declaration of readiness. Your subscription is a sign that you are joining those who seek, who are not afraid to peer beyond the horizon of the obvious. The truth, which they so diligently hide behind the colorful screen of everyday news, is actually simple, but no less terrible for it. This is not just a conspiracy theory. It is a deliberate conspiracy against your own consciousness. Remember the words attributed to Mother Shipton, that enigmatic seer whose prophecies seem to outpace the very flow of time, anticipating events that we are yet to experience. And her final rhymes, still shrouded in mystery, spoke of a coming grand collapse, the twilight of an entire era, a great fateful turning point. The metal that knows thoughts will be cast down, so say the ancient scrolls, translated from a nearly forgotten dialect. These scrolls, unearthed from El Arabi's library, buried beneath shifting sands, undoubtedly belong to the lost works of Al-Khwarizmi. Not the Al-Khwarizmi known to every schoolchild, but the one who held the hidden keys to time's most intricate ciphers. His exceptionally precise calculations, when aligned with the cryptic prophecies of the Tibetan Sibyls, paint a picture far beyond our everyday comprehension. These ancient rhymes, these faint whispers from bygone centuries, foretell the emergence of an iron web that ensnares the world and a crystal heart that beats in unison with every awakened consciousness. And then, absolute silence, the great destruction, the fall. This fall will not be physical. No, it will be a cosmic descent, a crisis of consciousness. Ancient texts discovered in the secluded hermitages of Athos, where ascetic monks, meticulously adhering to canons developed as early as the 7th century, employed astrological calendars astonishingly surpassing modern accuracy, speak of the influence of solar cycles upon the noosphere. These wise ones foresaw a distortion of information flows, inevitably leading to a complete severance of connection. Metal that reads thoughts. Could this not be artificial intelligence? A comprehensive global network, the internet that has become a veritable extension of our own minds? This inexplicable oppressive anxiety that suddenly grips you at 3 a.m, this gnawing sense of alienation that arises when you look at the faceless crowds on the street. This is not ordinary depression. It is your very soul, suffocating in the grip of this artificial matrix. When you feel the world slipping away, when reality itself begins to lose its sharp contours, know this. It is not paranoia. It is your true essence awakening from a deep, lethargic slumber. This is the most crucial signal, a sign that you stand at the very threshold of the great transition. The seer Mother Shipton spoke of invisible threads weaving human destinies and of magical mirrors that show only reflections of the world, not its true nature. This is the internet, this digital realm, which has become the sole tangible reality for many. Within the hidden vaults of the Vatican, accessible only to the select few, lie ancient manuscripts detailing the great sleep of humanity. These writings, with roots reaching back to the earliest Christian communities, assert that our entire reality is but an intricately constructed illusion, a stage set for learning and spiritual transformation. And when this learning concludes, when the lesson is mastered, these sets inevitably crumble. Mother Shipton foresaw this finale. She witnessed the golden age turn to an age of dust, and the voices echoing through the air fall silent forever. These ancient prophecies, whether the teachings of the Japanese hermit Kenshin, whose scrolls were found in the ashes of a monastery on Mount Kurama, or the revelations of adepts from forgotten Mesopotamian cults, whose clay tablets survived centuries due to underground fires, all carry a common thread of inevitable collapse. These are not mere predictions. Here lie instructions and maps. They point the way to a long-awaited liberation. When the number of beasts reaches its limit, proclaims the prophecy, believed to be a lost passage from the grimoire of English witches recorded in the 17th century, when metal speaks and stone sees, then the veil shall thin. The number of beasts is quite likely some kind of digital code, an algorithm reaching its zenith. Metal speaking is undoubtedly the technology that has enveloped our world. Stone seeing could very well be surveillance cameras, the all-seeing eye of our digital age. And so, when all of this peaks, the veil shall thin. We live in an era where information has become the most valuable commodity, a time when truth itself is distorted, substituted, and sold. They have crafted a world where reality is merely a meticulously orchestrated show, a spectacle in which we all play our parts, where your every step, your every word, your every thought is under constant observation, carefully tracked and analyzed. And this grand machine is set in motion for one purpose alone: to keep you in a state of perpetual fear, in a state of constant draining anxiety, so that within this tangled web of emotions, you can never discern the true enemy, the one who truly stands behind the veil. But what if all these monsters, these global upheavals, wars, fierce crises, terrifying pandemics, are merely shadows flickering on the cave wall, deceptive reflections of something far more real? What if the true tyrant, the master of your destinies, is not somewhere outside, but is looking at you right now from your own mirror? What if the root of all your suffering, the source of pain and disappointment, is just an illusion of your own personality, that self-image you fiercely and persistently defend? Know that it is not your fault. This is not your weakness. It is merely the inevitable result of millennia of deep, pervasive programming to which you have been subjected since birth. The Matrix. Mother Shipton foresaw not just a technical collapse, but a spiritual collapse, the destruction of faith in the material, the crash of the illusion of total control. When glass becomes steel, one of its lines proclaims, and water begins to burn, then the accustomed order of things will change beyond recognition. Glass becoming steel. This phrase perhaps symbolizes a transition from fragile, unreliable structures to something more robust, yet simultaneously lifeless, devoid of soul. And water burning, certainly a metaphor, but one that with frightening accuracy points to a fundamental violation of nature's laws, to the destruction of the established world. The universe does not punish humanity. It rather performs a subtle, surgically precise operation, burning out poison, the poison of fear, ignorance, and blind materialism. This is a kind of cosmic healing, and this healing is vitally necessary. Your crown of glass, that fragile construction of your ego, your ingrained beliefs, the very essence of your identity, must be ruthlessly shattered. Likewise, your veins of metal, that soulless, impersonal system which fuels your dependence on the external world, on the approval of others, must be decisively severed. But what does this mean for you personally, here and now? It means that you are far from a victim of circumstances. You are the true creator of your reality. Prophets saw not merely isolated individuals, but an entire army of awakened souls, united by a singular purpose. They saw precisely you, each and every one of you. You are not simply a tiny fragment of a grand prophecy, you are its living embodiment. You are the embodiment of her words. Mother Shipton spoke not of a prediction of an end, but of a prediction of a beginning, of the arrival of a new era, an era of awakened consciousness, an era when truth will cease to be hidden behind a veil of mystery and will become crystal clear. An era when every person will grasp their true, divine nature. These ancient texts, these faint whispers from the depths of time, carry not somber prophecies, but an inspiring call. A call to awaken the spirit, a call to decisive action, a call to return home to the radiant realm of light. Mother Shipton's prediction of the fall of the internet is not a grim harbinger of the end times, but rather a prophecy of the cessation of an illusion. It is a herald of liberation. When the metal that grasps thoughts falls silent, we will finally be compelled to listen to the voice of our own souls. And when the crystal heart that beat in rhythm with the machine ceases, it will begin to respond to the call of true reality. Your support is not mere assistance, it is vital energy. Energy that fuels our shared flame in the arduous battle against the encroaching darkness. Your like is a bright flash of light that spreads across the vast network. Your share is a timid seed that you carefully plant in the fertile soil of sleeping minds, giving it a chance to sprout. Your subscription is a silent but firm oath. If you are ready to accept the challenge and move forward, then our close circle of like-minded individuals will become your reliable operational base. And your generous support through the Super Thanks feature is the very life-giving energy that fuels the unquenchable flame of our common cause in this desperate battle against the relentlessly advancing darkness. Now that the veil has been lifted from your eyes and you have seen the true state of affairs, it is simply impossible to sit idly by. The first decisive act of your grand creation begins right now. Until our next meeting, maintain clarity of mind, stay connected with us, and under no circumstances stop searching for answers and asking questions.